Welcome to Outdoor Oasis Ideas. Today we're diving into the charming world of container gardening, with a special focus on crafting beautiful green spaces using recycled materials. This isn't just gardening, it's an eco-conscious art form, transforming everyday discarded items into unique homes for your plants, often leaning into a wonderfully rustic aesthetic. Container gardening is not only a fantastic way to add beauty to your home, but also an eco-friendly approach that allows for creativity and resourcefulness. A particularly captivating approach within this trend is focusing primarily on the rustic garden in recycled containers concept. This involves deliberately selecting materials like weathered wood, galvanized metal, old terracotta, or chipped ceramics to cultivate a look that feels grounded, natural, and timeless. Think worn wooden barrels overflowing with wildflowers, old metal watering cans housing herbs, or cracked pottery filled with succulents. The goal is to embrace imperfections and create a space that feels both intentionally designed and organically evolved, telling a story through its repurposed elements. One of the most popular options that perfectly embodies this rustic feel is using old wooden crates. These characterful containers can add a touch of charm to any garden space. They can be stacked for effective vertical gardening, allowing for a variety of flowers to grow in a single area. Consider planting trailing flowers like petunias or lobelia over the edges for a cascading effect, while placing taller blooms such as sunflowers or zinnias in the center. The combination of heights and textures will create a dynamic visual display that naturally draws the eye. Another creative and budget-friendly option is to use tin cans. These humble containers can be painted or decorated to match your garden's theme. After cleaning the cans, use a hammer and nail to make drainage holes in the bottom. Fill them with potting soil and plant your favorite annuals or herbs. Consider grouping several decorated cans together on a windowsill or hanging them from a fence to create a delightful vertical garden. The metallic finish can add a modern touch, while the plants offer a burst of color and life. Repurposed furniture offers yet another exciting avenue for container gardening. Old dressers, tables, or even vintage wheelbarrows can be transformed into unique planters. For instance, an old wooden dresser can be converted into a vertical garden by removing the drawers and filling the remaining space with soil and flowers. This not only maximizes planting area, but also creates an undeniably eye-catching centerpiece for your garden. When it comes to choosing plants for your recycled containers, consider selecting a mix of flowers and foliage for maximum visual interest. Vibrant blooms like marigolds, geraniums, and petunias can provide a pop of color, while leafy plants like ferns and hostas add texture and depth. Herbs such as basil, mint, and rosemary can also be included, offering both beauty and functionality. Thoughtfully combining flowering plants and greenery will create a lush, inviting atmosphere that enhances your outdoor space. Incorporating vertical elements into your container garden can also maximize space and add dimension. Use trellises or stakes to support climbing plants like sweet peas or morning glories, allowing them to grow upward and create a stunning display. Hanging baskets are another excellent way to utilize vertical space, offering an opportunity to showcase trailing plants that beautifully soften hard surfaces. Consider mixing trailing and upright plants in your hanging baskets for a fuller, more dynamic look. Color coordination is often key to creating a harmonious container garden. While it's tempting to plant a rainbow of colors, consider selecting a cohesive color palette that complements your outdoor space and the containers themselves. Soft pastels can create a serene and calming atmosphere, while bold, vibrant hues can energize the area. Using a limited color scheme can help unify your containers, making your garden appear more polished and intentional. As the seasons change, so too can your container garden. One of the great joys of container gardening is the ability to switch out plants as desired. In spring, consider planting pansies and snapdragons for early blooms, while summer can feature vibrant zinnias and sunflowers. As fall approaches, replace summer flowers with ornamental kale, chrysanthemums, and asters to maintain visual interest. This seasonal rotation allows for fresh looks throughout the year, while keeping your garden lively and engaging. In addition to aesthetics, consistent maintenance is an essential aspect of container gardening. Regular watering is crucial, especially during hotter months when containers can dry out quickly. Consider using self-watering containers or adding moisture-retentive crystals to the soil to help manage water levels. Fertilizing your plants every few weeks will also promote healthy growth and blooming. A balanced, slow-release fertilizer can provide essential nutrients and support vibrant foliage and flowers. The beauty of container gardening truly lies in its flexibility. Anyone can transform everyday items into charming planters, allowing for a unique and personalized touch. Expanding on repurposing ideas, consider old wooden pallets. They can be disassembled or used whole to create vertical gardens, providing ample space for a variety of plants. By stacking sections of pallets or attaching planting pockets and filling them with soil, a cascading garden effect can be achieved, perfect for trailing flowers like ivy or nasturtiums. Another innovative approach is using glass jars and bottles. These transparent containers not only provide a visually striking way to display plants, but also allow for creative arrangements. Fill jars with layers of colorful stones, soil, and small plants like succulents or air plants for a charming centerpiece. Hanging glass globes can be filled with small flowers or herbs, creating an ethereal and enchanting effect in almost any garden or patio setting. When selecting plants, don't forget texture. Succulents are a popular choice for recycled containers due to their low maintenance and diverse varieties. They thrive in well-draining soil and require minimal watering, making them ideal for busy gardeners or drought-prone areas. Pairing succulents with softer textured, colorful annuals or perennials can create a striking contrast, adding depth and vibrancy to your arrangements. In addition to flowers and foliage, consider incorporating edible plants into your container garden. Herbs such as basil, mint, and thyme not only provide culinary benefits but also add fragrance and beauty to your space. Planting a combination of herbs and flowers in the same container can create a stunning and functional display. For example, a container filled with lavender, rosemary, and marigolds can attract pollinators while offering fresh herbs right outside your door. Creating themed container gardens can add an extra layer of creativity to your gardening practice. Consider developing a butterfly garden with colorful nectar-rich flowers such as lantana, coneflower, and milkweed, which attract these beautiful pollinators. Alternatively, a herb garden featuring a variety of culinary herbs can provide both beauty and practicality for the kitchen. Mixing flowers with herbs can create a sensory experience that delights the senses and adds functionality to your garden. Consider the use of color and texture when designing your themed gardens. Mixing different plant shapes and sizes can create a more dynamic and visually interesting garden. For example, pairing the delicate feathery foliage of ferns with the broad leaves of hostas can create a striking contrast that adds depth to your container arrangements. Additionally, incorporating flowering plants with varying bloom sizes and shapes can enhance the visual interest of your chosen themed garden. If you love exploring new ways to enhance your outdoor space, don't miss out. Subscribe to Outdoor Oasis Ideas for the latest tips, inspiration, and creative projects.